Hi, and welcome to the Awakening series. My name is Julie, and today I want to share with you some of the insights that I've had on the law of attraction and how we create our reality. One thing that is very important to understand is that everything that exists and have ever existed, it started in a thought form first. If you look around you in the room, you'll see that everything started with a thought before it came into life. All of these thoughts are actually potential realities that can come into existence. So how does ideas come into existence? That is by consciousness focusing on it. By you, the real you, the formless I that you really are, give your attention to it. A soul or a point of formless consciousness have to pay attention to the thought form for it to harness and become an actual experienced reality. So you can imagine an infinite sea floating around in the universe consisting of thoughts or ideas or potential realities that are waiting for a point of consciousness or a soul to notice it and make it a reality. And these thoughts or ideas also include the most intimate thoughts that we have about who we are, who we see ourselves to be, and every form that you might ever take on as you, either that's consciously or unconsciously. Because what and who you think you are is also just an idea or a form that you accept and choose to identify with, consciously or unconsciously. So thoughts need attention to come into physical existence. Thoughts are actually not something we think. And if you believe that you are the thinker of your thoughts, you are identified with the thoughts of being the thinker. You have taken on that form, and this is the ego experience. Thoughts are actually more like something we receive based on our current level of frequency. So we can say that thoughts vibrate. All the thoughts in the universe, all the ideas in the universe, they vibrate at different frequencies. And what thoughts we receive depends on our own frequency and what we are a match to. So how do we know what frequency we vibrate at? Well, we are all geared with a perfectly, uniquely designed radar system that we experience as our emotions. How you actually feel tells you what frequency you vibrate at in that current moment. And your thoughts have to be a match to your energetic frequency. You can imagine this like a radio where you tune in to different radio stations and you cannot receive signal one channel if you're not tuned into that. And that means that you're not able to receive high frequency thoughts when you're vibrating at a low frequency, and vice versa. You cannot receive low frequency thoughts when you're vibrating at a high frequency. So in this way, we can acknowledge that reality is actually created from within. And the clue here is to raise your vibration so you will feel better and receive thoughts or potential ideas that are matching those higher emotions. And from that stage, manifest those thoughts or ideas into actual existence. Our natural states of being are actually bliss, love, joy. These are the frequencies or energies that are associated with source. Reaching these higher emotional levels is actually more about cutting the heavy anchors that are weighting us down so we can return back to our natural state of bliss and joy and ecstasy. Trying to force and aim for higher emotions by ignoring the low frequency heavy anchors weighting you down, it can only take you to a certain height. This is why people talk about spiritual bypassing or toxic positivity and stuff like that. Being positive can only take you to a certain level. Integrating your darkness and becoming whole is what will naturally make your frequency higher. It is like a bottle with air underwater that is tied to the ground with heavy anchors. And if you cut the anchors, then the bottle will naturally surface. So if you want to manifest something, you give it attention while it is still in thought form. Since you don't think thoughts, you receive your thoughts The clue here becomes to increase your frequency so you receive higher frequency thoughts. Thoughts that are more in alignment with your true source or your natural state of being. When we are unconscious, we seek to manipulate the external reality to make us feel better on the inside, because we believe that our emotion comes from the outside. We become conscious and we wake up spiritually. We become more and more aware of the fact that emotions are created on the inside, and that the external reality is just a reflection of the internal reality. Life actually happens on the inside, and the external life is just a byproduct of what is going on inside. We also realize sooner or later that the universe is not something that tries to punish us or judge what we deserve to have and stuff like that. Your mind is the only thing that can approach things that way. The universe is so abundant and it's completely unlimited, and it's actually excited about giving you what you're asking for. The universe wants to know what you want, so it can deliver it to you on a silver platter. Why? Because you are the universe in the greater sense. Why wouldn't you want to make yourself happy, right? So manifesting is actually, you can think of it like ordering from the universe. And the menu is all the thoughts that you can get access to in that moment, based on your frequency. And the universe is so excited about giving you what you want because the ideas that you want to put into reality, into existence, it's a divine desire. It's a part of the universe's eternal and infinite unfoldment that it wants to express uniquely through you. Before I went through my spiritual awakening, it was a point in time where even before I was having a spiritual awakening, it was a point in time where I was understanding the principles of the law of attraction. I experienced times where my mind was really, really clear and I could just focus on what I wanted. I took the action I had to take, and I always received what I asked for. I knew I could get what I wanted at some level, but inside it still felt empty or not enough. I didn't see the point of creating for the sake of creating. Something was missing inside of me, and I felt restless and not satisfied no matter what I created. I was seeking something deeper, and more than anything, I wanted to know who I really was, what I really was, and what was the purpose of life and existence as a whole. And I didn't know it back then, but what I truly really wanted was to reconnect to source and my formless essence. This was the start of my awakening and my journey within. What I was really tired of was the ego manifestation. And soul manifestation, on the other hand, is manifestation that is in true alignment with your source. And the result of that is the most amazing life you could ever imagine. It means creating from the unknown in full faith and surrender, in a divine co-creation with infinite intelligence for the greater good of all. You will experience a sense of a detachment because everything you seek is already within. External manifestations will be a byproduct of that, and it will be in alignment with the greater good of all when you really understand and remember who you are. I can talk about this for hours, but let's finish up for now. And until next time, much love and namaste.